Few rock breakups were as explosive as Guns N' Roses in the mid-1990s. Axl Rose and Slash, once the ultimate rock duo, split apart, leading to two very different musical paths. On one side, we had Axl Rose obsessively crafting the long-delayed Chinese Democracy album that took 15 years, a reported $13 million, and an army of musicians to complete. And on the other side, we have Slash, who embraced the raw, bluesy energy of rock, fronting Velvet Revolver, releasing solo albums, and playing with everyone from Michael Jackson to Ozzy Osbourne. So today we're asking who had the better post-GNR career, Axl or Slash. Let's break it down. Let's start off with Axl. After GNR imploded, he became a recluse, holed up in the studio for over a decade trying to perfect Chinese Democracy. The album finally dropped in 2008 with an almost completely new lineup of Guns N' Roses. It was ambitious, layered, and packed with electronic and orchestral elements. But was it worth the wait? Tracks like Better and There Was a Time showcased Axl's incredible vocal range and songwriting skills, but some fans felt the album was overproduced and lacked the raw energy of classic GNR. Critics were mixed. Some praised it as a sonic masterpiece, while others said it sounded outdated and overworked. One thing's for sure, it was Axl's vision through and through, and that holds true even up to the present day. Let's listen in to him commenting on what he thought of Slash playing some of the material on Chinese Democracy after the recent Guns N' Roses reunion tour.
I didn't have to tell Slash anything about embracing working on the Chinese Democracy songs or how to play them. He just embraced them and worked really hard. And I had no idea how they were going to sound. I never heard him play certain ways. The last times we talked, he was saying, "I don't want to work that hard." So for him to take on Buckethead or Bumblehead's part, Bumblehead, Buckethead and Bumblefoot's parts, and just step to it on his own and work at it and like it and enjoy it, that helped a lot. And so they worked really good in the rehearsals.
So while Axl was locked in the studio, Slash was out playing. He started Slash's Snake Pit in the late 1990s, and then came Velvet Revolver, a supergroup featuring Scott Weiland of Stone Temple Pilots on vocals, alongside ex-GNR members Duff McKagan and Matt Sorum. Let's listen in here to Slash talking about how he settled on Scott Weiland to become the vocalist and kind of how Velvet Revolver came together in the first place.
All things considered, that was something that I think we knew going into it, what we were getting into.
That it was going to be a disaster?
We just wanted to play,
right.
And it was me and Duff and Matt, and just like, we had done this gig where it was a fundraiser for a friend of ours that had passed away.
Yeah.
And so the guys from Buck Cherry, Steve Tyler, Cypress Hill, Duff, Matt, myself, all got together and played that night. And Duff called me up the next morning and goes, that was a kick-ass gig. We should do something with it. And it was very inspiring. And I was actually about to put together a solo project at that time. I was starting to sort of do what I'm doing now, and I started piecing it together then. And so I got sidetracked with Duff, and we went and started putting this thing together, and we were auditioning I'd say or at least listening to about 200 singers a week for about 10 months. And I was the only guy in the band that didn't know Scott.
Yeah.
I didn't really know much about his history. I'd heard some crazy stories about STP, but we wrote a couple good songs. And
the 2004 debut Contraband album was a massive hit, fueled by tracks like Slither and Fall to Pieces. It felt like the closest thing to classic GNR that anyone had heard since the early 90s. However, Velvet Revolver split up and Slash launched a solo career, working with Miles Kennedy, Ozzy Osbourne, Dave Grohl, and other major stars. While he never made an album as ambitious as Chinese Democracy, he never stopped delivering great music. Now, of course, there was more than just music in the rivalry between Axl and Slash. There was a lot of bad blood. Axl was furious when Slash collaborated with Michael Jackson in the early 1990s, and he called it a betrayal. He also accused Slash of, quote, throwing it all away, end quote, by working with pop artists instead of sticking to pure rock. Meanwhile, Slash felt that Axl's perfectionism had killed the spirit of Guns N' Roses. The feud kept them apart for 20 20 years until 2016 when they shocked the world by reuniting for the Not in This Lifetime tour. So my question to you is, who had the better post-GNR career? Axel, who took the long road, making a one-of-a-kind album but sacrificing decades of momentum, or Slash, who kept on constantly putting out music, collaborating, and keeping his roots in bluesy rock energy? I want to hear from you. Who do you think had the stronger post-GNR career, Axl Rose or Slash? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.